everybody. It's Tuesday, October 15th. Welcome into Talking Fitchburg. Did I say 15th? 5th. Maybe it's the 5th. I've got a vacation coming up in a couple of weeks, and you know what? I'm just kind of excited to get to that.
Are you looking forward to it?
Yep. Heading to the Mile High City.
Nice.
It's Denver. And I was trying to convince my wife last night. There's 3 sporting events going on while we're there. There's an NFL game, Denver and the Raiders.
Okay.
Broncos, Raiders. There's a NHL hockey game, St. Louis Blues taking on the Avalanche, right?
Okay.
And there's an NBA game.
Oh my goodness.
The end of the week. So I think it's the Clippers. Yeah, isn't the Clippers out there? Man, whatever case, I was like, hey, let's do all 3 sports. She's like,
no.
We'll leave it at that. I thought it was cool, but so we'll see if we get one out of those 3, but kind of neat that that's happening while we're there.
Right.
Denver's such a cool city, by the way. If you haven't ever been there before, it is a lot of fun, and that's enough of me. You don't need to know more about me. Let's talk about Andrew. How about we talk about Talking Fitchburg for a second here?
Let's do that.
And we've got a great show for you. We'll get you the latest headlines. We've got the Fire Prevention Week. We continue that talk. Today we're talking about the sound of the beeps. Do you know the difference? Well, you'll have to watch today's segment because we got the breakdown from it. Adam Dorn will be here sharing that information, plus Recreation Department update. CC will be here, and we'll get an update on all of the great fall and winter activities coming up, including this canine one. I just think it's so cool, the canine one where you can actually do the whole, jump through some hoops and all that fun stuff. So we'll talk about that coming up here in just a little bit of time. So great show for you here. And first we'll kick off with these right here. I keep mine right here next to me. Emergency order for facial cover use number 3. This is effective Friday, October 8th at 12:01 a.m. Emergency order for the use of a facial covering requires people ages or older to wear a face covering mask when in an enclosed space or under roof with people, except people living in the same household or housing unit. This order shall become effective the 8th of October, 12:01, and will remain in effect to November 5th. So it got extended more or less the same order we're in. So nothing new besides it was extended through November 5th as numbers continue to be high here in Wisconsin and here in Dane County with COVID-19. So keep that in mind as we work here through the month of October. Other news with all of the rain and wind and stuff, those leaves are going to be blowing, and they're going to be blowing into the street. So we want you to keep them out of the street, especially when you know it's going to rain. Yeah. Did you know that leaves that collect in our streets every fall can harm our natural water bodies? That's right. More than 50% of the annual amount of phosphorus in urban stormwater comes from leaves in the streets. Too much phosphorus can lead to, algae blooms, low oxygen levels, and green, murky water. Gross. None in which are good for animals living in the water, and those of us who like to take some time for recreation. Timely removal of the street leaves litter prior to a rain event can reduce the amount of phosphorus in urban stormwater by 80% compared to no leaf removal at all. So do your part. Take those leaves and get them out of the streets. Get them away from the storm sewer. And we'll have a better waterway here if we can do our part all together. There are some signs available, by the way. You can talk to my friend Claudia if you want to get a leaf-free street sign. And thank you for joining in the movement to protect our waters. All right, Bike Roundabout reopened on Monday. It says here we have some great news. This is coming from Madison Metropolitan Sewage District. It says here we finished our 9 Springs Valley Interceptor improvements at McKee Road to Dunn's Marsh 2 months early. That's right, Andrew. The Military Ridge Path, Cannonball Path, and the roundabout reopened. And check it out at your early convenience. Yeah, a good fall bike ride through the roundabout there. That is such a cool location, by the way. If you haven't been out there before, amazing. You should stop by and keep going round and round and round. Just saying. 11th annual, that's what I do with my kids, go around and around. 11th annual Hispanic Heritage Luncheon. Today's the last day you can get registered to attend this event in person. This is happening at the Monona Terrace this year on Wednesday. It's 11:30 to 1 p.m. October 13th. So stop on by, get yourself registered. Why don't I just read what's here instead of trying to make up something? If you'd like to register, you need to do it today, and it's by a first come first serve basis. So make sure you get signed up. And look at that keynote, Charlotte Deleste. I know Charlotte, nice person. Evening anchor at News 3 WIC TV. So come out for that, and they'll be giving out some awards as well. And we'll be recording this event for you and bringing it back here at Talking Fitchburg, and of course rebroadcasting it here on Fact TV. Use book sale and donate items today. That's right. The friends of the Fitchburg Public Library have their book sale coming up. If you haven't already saved the date, October 20th through the 23rd, and we're now accepting donations too, and they need them. So please consider donating slightly used books, DVDs, CDs, and Blu-rays for our upcoming book sale. Your donations will be greatly appreciated and serve support for our vibrant Fitchburg Public Library. Things that you can donate, well, books. Yeah, they have to be free of damage. No dirt, odor, mold, no, none of that. DVDs, CDs, Blu-rays, all in good condition, free of major scratches, monetary donations without restrictions. And we are unable to accept books with water damage, excessive odor, wear and tear, dirt. If you have dirt on the book, I don't know what you're doing with the book, but don't bring it in here. And then encyclopedias, magazines, textbooks, VHS tapes, toys, games. We don't accept any of that, so keep that in mind if you're heading out or want to donate to the library. All right, that does it for our headlines. Coming up next, we open up our digest. We're going to be talking about Fire Prevention Week, Day 2 with Adam Dorn, and we're talking about the sound of the beeps. That's next right here on Talking Fitchburg.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantori here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
Hey, boss. Okay.
I said I'm fine.
Put me to bed, see you in the morning. With the frosted Superman, but it wasn't on it. And we lost it. In my head, in my head, in my head. Where you at? Underlay, in my head.
Hey, son.
Hey, Bob.
You know you can talk to me.
Yeah.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. Ready! That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu. And especially this year, no one has time to get sick. Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joined today from the Fitchburg Fire Department and our continuation of Fire Prevention Week talks. It's Adam Dorn. Dorn, how you doing?
I am swell. How are you, Jeremy?
I'm good. Wearing the same shirt. You're wearing the same shirt. We're ready to rock this thing.
Yes.
It may or may not have been taped. We can't tell you that. It's disclosed. But we can tell you the importance of the sounds of fire safety, and that's part of this year's Fire Prevention Week. And the sounds, it's interesting because, you know, way back when I was young, no, just kidding. Can't do that.
That was like 5 years ago.
Just graduated kindergarten. I'm doing good here. The beeps have changed throughout the years, and there's so many beeps now, from phones to you name it, and it may have changed the sound, but doesn't actually change the fact of fire safety and getting out there. But this year, why are they focused on or fire? I guess fire prevention in general, focused on the beeps?
Yeah. So, like you said, there's all kinds of different sounds that we hear in the world every day, right? But knowing the difference of what certain tones or patterns of tones mean can save you and your family. So that's why it's so important to understand what the sounds of fire safety are.
All right. So bottom line, we're going to start with the smoke alarm, which again is not really changed in some respects. It's changed, and we've talked about this in past shows as far as how it picks it up and collects it, and the different types are out there. Certainly they range in prices and stuff, but overall, a smoke alarm is pretty consistent on the beep. Is that a fair statement?
Yes, it is. Right now, if you buy any brand new smoke detector, and probably any smoke detectors, I'm just gonna say in the last 15 years, they're all giving you the same tone, the same pattern. And that is a continued set of 3 loud beeps. And that means smoke or fire, and you need to get out. Actually, there's an audio clip here that will help understand what that sounds like. So that sound right there means that there's smoke or fire in your house, and you need to get out right now. It may not be a whole lot of smoke, but there's still smoke being detected, and you need to get out.
So yeah, and I think some of them now say fire, fire. You know, some of them have an audio thing. Some of them have lights to it. But ultimately, you know, is there any recommendation here, Dorn, when it comes to picking out that the perfect smoke detector? We know the rules, which we'll talk. I'm going to ask you the rules here in just a second. But as far as picking one out, what are we looking for those smoke detectors or smoke alarms?
I honestly don't think there's any one perfect smoke detector. They all do the same thing in their own way, right? Whether that is just the audible sound, whether it's an audible sound with a voice, whether it's an audible sound and a light. The big thing is that as long as the audible part is there, the 3 beeps, that's what really is like the standard and should be there no matter what. And that's what's going to alert you.
All right. And then as far as smoke alarms or smoke detectors, because you might hear it different ways, depending on the company too that you're buying from, something that I think has been pushed and great for all fire departments out there and fire prevention is replacement of them. And Dorn, you'll be very disappointed. I found replaced the last smoke detector in my house, the original. I now know from pulling it off, and was over 25 years old, and I hate to admit it, but darn it, there it was. And it was plugged in, passed the test every time, but didn't actually take it down to look at it, and that was pretty disturbing.
Well, I am glad, very glad that you took the time to replace that smoke detector. Now I know that you and your family are safe.
There are newer ones out there, but yes, I'm still guilty here, but it's plugged in, it's good to go. Why does it have to be 10 years?
So that's actually based on the manufacturer's recommendation, that they only last for about 10 years because they're constantly working. Think about it this way. They are constantly working. They're constantly looking for that smoke or the particles that create the smoke, whatever it might be to set off the alarm. It's constantly working. And after a certain amount of time, it just tends not to work as well as it used to. So about every 10 years, they should be replaced. And one of the things that it's kind of going away, because now we see a lot of smoke detectors that are completely sealed. They have the 10-year lithium ion batteries in them. But the smoke detectors that have 9-volt batteries that back up the power supply in there, they can still produce a single chirp every 30 to 60 seconds. That means that battery has to be changed. Now, we get calls and it says, oh, my smoke alarm is going off. Well, we do ask, okay, is it a chirp or is it a series of beeps? And people generally don't know. They just know it's going off. Something's going on. So this audio clip here, you'll hear the single chirp. We're not going to wait a minute in between for it to go off again, but we'll play the chirp a couple times so you can hear it. That single chirp means your battery is low and it should be replaced. So that chirp is the one that says your battery's low, it needs to get replaced. If your smoke alarm or detector continues to chirp after you replace that battery in some of these older detectors, it means that the alarm itself is at its end of life and it needs to be replaced. They've made smoke detectors, quote unquote, smart enough to say, hey, I'm at the end of my life. We need to be replaced.
I was just going to say, I think I've seen that technology. I've seen it just say expiration date on them now too. So something to check when you do open up the package and make sure it's not like expiring under the 10 years that you bought it from. Because that's, I think, can lead to other problems there. But great information. All right, carbon monoxide alarms, a little bit different. Still in the beeping world of things, but we got to know the difference here, Dorn. And I suspect you've lined us up with some more beeps.
I have, not beats. We don't want you dancing just yet. That's later.
Oh, geez. That's when you're outside meeting up at your meeting spot.
Exactly, because you're happy everyone is there.
Darn right.
So carbon monoxide alarms, much like the smoke detector, they give a series of beeps saying there's carbon monoxide present. Carbon monoxide detectors set off a series of 4 loud beeps. And that means carbon monoxide is present in your home. If you hear those beeps, like you hear these here, that means you need to get out, call 911 and stay out, stay safe. Go to your meeting spot. Much like the smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detectors do need to get their batteries changed every once in a while. So if you hear that single chirp like you heard in the smoke detector, that means your battery is low and needs to be replaced. And they also have a end of life alarm, very similar to that of the smoke detector. So,
final question for you, Dorn, and I think something that's more common now than it used to be, and that the combination alarms. Is there any advantage to having both tagged together? Because a lot of them you see plug-in ones that are low. And you see the smoke is high. Well, we know smoke is high, but does carbon monoxide move throughout the house quickly? Is it going to get up to the high part of the ceiling? You know, what should folks look out for?
Yeah, great question. So carbon monoxide has about the same weight as what air does. All that means is that it's going to mix pretty evenly with the air. So if you have a combination smoke detector, carbon monoxide alarm, right, and it's on your ceiling, it's going to work just as well as the one that's plugged in on the outlet. The reason that you see them low is because they need power. And a lot of these you can plug into an outlet. So that's why you see them low. It doesn't mean that they have to be low. That's just where they go. In my house, I have a carbon monoxide explosive gas detector. So mine actually looks for carbon monoxide, propane, and other explosive gases. That's just what I prefer to have. Because some people in my neighborhood have propane tanks, right? Not saying that there's going to be a huge issue, but if they have a large tank that's leaking, it never know where it's going to go. So it's just one of those safety things for me that I feel better about. So it's something to consider, but you don't have to have that. If you have a carbon monoxide smoke alarm combination detector, that's just fine.
All right, Adam. Well, I appreciate the information. There is more tips and stuff that you have online at the fire department's page where people can go check out, and just search Fire Prevention Week. And this week you'll find a ton of great information out there. We're going to continue our coverage tomorrow with the action plan. So you heard the beeps. Get on your feet. That's the preview for tomorrow, Dorn. Select that in there. Adam, always a pleasure. We'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good. Thanks, Jeremy.
You bet. Take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
You could be spreading the coronavirus without realizing you have it. So follow guidance from authorities where you live and do your part. It's important to limit in-person interaction with anyone outside of your immediate household, but phone and video chat are safe ways to connect. It's also important to limit any social gathering. This advice applies to people of any age, including teens and younger adults. Visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
Our hearts are made stronger by how we treat others.
Put her there.
The light you share can impact those around you, but so can the darkness.
Later, twerps! Did Pete saying mean things bother you?
So when you reach out to another person, take a moment to consider how they will feel and let your heart be the key to making a difference. Because of you, someone's entire day, year, or even life can change.
In every heart, there's hope.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu.
We don't have time for delays.
We don't have time for spills.
Next.
We don't have time for setbacks. Let's be real.
Getting the flu shot
helps you fight the flu.
Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me today from the Fitchburg Recreation Department, it is Cece. She's back and she's ready to tell us about some great events coming up here in the fall. Cece, how you doing today?
I'm great. How are you, Jeremy?
I am wonderful. And let's jump right into this. It is the fall season and winter too. You got to plan ahead here as things are coming up. So you've got a lot of things here happening. Let's jump into the youth programs first. Basketball is back.
Basketball is back. Yep. We've got programs for pre-K all the way through 6th grade. The younger kids are just doing kind of instructional or little scrimmages. 2nd and 3rd grade are going to be just doing a Fitchburg league with only Fitchburg kids. And then 4th through 6th grade are doing travel league with the local communities around us. So it's going to be fun.
Sounds like it'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, absolutely. And volleyball too. It's that time of year. What do you got in the volleyball world?
Volleyball too. Yep. We have got a local league. So again, this is the local communities and it's going to be 5th grade through 8th grade is what we have teams for. So, you do practices for the first part of the season and then you move on to doing these mini tournaments is what we call them. So then you can practice those skills that you were working on.
Fantastic. Esports, we had a little bit of chance to talk about this last time we got together, but it's picking up steam. Tell us how people can get involved.
Yeah, so our esports program is now open for registration. Basically how it's going to work is people are going to buy the winter season pass from us. It's $40 for the winter season pass. When you buy the pass, you take the code that we give you and go to our partner, GG Leagues is the person or the company that runs all the leagues, and you sign up for the leagues that you want to participate in. So there's leagues on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for 4 different games. We've got Madden 21, we've got Rocket League, we've got Fortnite, and we've got Super Smash Bros. So lots to choose from.
Yeah, I'm thinking our Andrew, who's coordinate this interview, was Super Smash Brothers person, but well, I'll have to find out for sure. Music Garden, this has become a classic staple, I think, for your department. So you got to get kids involved in this one.
Oh yeah, yep. Music Garden is taught by the wonderful Beth Marshall, who has 18 plus years of experience teaching music classes. So this is a great way for parents and their kids to get engaged with kind of a beginner music class together. And for the older kids, they have some activities where it's just them as well. So working on some parent-child bonding and also some independence for the kids who are older.
Fantastic. I've circled this one because I think my daughter has off this day, but you have a no school fun day, which I like here, an autumn arts and crafts. This is that's such a unique idea. I love it.
Yeah, so we partner with CI Pediatric Therapy. They're a local company to put this on. So they provide us with one of their staff members who is a trained pediatric recreational therapist to do these activities with the kids. So this is for ages 6 through 11.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun there. Turning our attention to some of the adult programs coming up, and again, still excited. We got to get a camera out for this one. This weekend, you've got the Canine Adventure Course. How many people you have signed up so far?
So far, I believe we've got 6 in the first time slot, and I think 3 in the second time slot. So if anybody's available from 10 to 11 a.m. on Saturday, October 9th, come on out.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. How did you find this this adventure course? It's so cool.
Yeah, so we were actually approached by the person who does these adventure courses to put a program on in partnership with Fitchburg Recreation. And that's actually how we get a lot of our programs. That's how we get Music Garden. That's how we get GG Leagues. A lot of our programs are either companies or individuals who approach us to teach these classes.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yoga, another one that's been going on for a long time. Never too late to get signed up.
That's right. Yoga is starting on October 14th. It's going to be Thursdays. Just a great practice to not only work on some physical strength, but also it's great for, just doing some deep breathing and kind of relaxing through the day. Studies show that if you do yoga, you sleep better.
It seems like you do a whole lot of things better if you do yoga. That's kind of my impression. And same with Zumba too. Zumba, like if you're looking for that high energy movement class, which I still don't think I could even keep up with 5 minutes, you can come to the Fitchburg Recreation Department, Senior Center too, I'm sure, but the rec department to do some Zumba.
Yep. So our Zumba class has actually started already, but it is open for drop-ins. So if anybody just wants to come for one day for a fun workout, something different, they certainly can.
Fantastic. Finally, for any of the people, young adults, get whatever the case may be that are participating, still following the mask orders from Dane County, correct?
That is correct. Yep, we are following the public health orders, which means that all masks need to be worn indoors at all times in both the city of Fitchburg buildings and the school district buildings.
All right, fantastic. Anything else to report, CC?
Nothing else at this time, but I will keep you updated.
Fantastic. We appreciate your time as always, and we look forward. I got to get out to this canine thing. I hope we can get some photos from that at least and see what that looks like. So thank you so much, CC. And if people want to get signed up for any of these great programs coming up, where can they go?
They can go to Fitchburg WI/recreation or .gov/recreation.
We got it. It's up on the screen and we got you covered. All right, CC, thank you so much. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks very much.
You bet. Hit up the website, fitchburgwi.gov, and hit on the recreation page, and you'll find everything you need to know. Take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be flood next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So. I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantore here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Wrapping up the show for the day, I want to thank CC from the Fitchburg Recreation Department and Adam Dorn from the Fitchburg Fire Department, both helping us out and sharing out great information. We'll get those interviews posted up right here. That's right, Facebook and YouTube. And of course, at the website, fitchburgwi.gov. Won't you join us? It's a lot of fun out there, I'm just saying. Have a good day.